Yeah.
here. And there's another plaque over here, if we continue on, that explains it a little bit more.
Yeah.
They call...
There's I believe there's 4 of them.
Okay, so it says that this is called the playground of the gods. The Innu mythology tells of a culture closely connected to the water. The sculptures to the lower left with the 4 supports symbolize the ocean, and then to the right, the 3 pairs of poles are a single pole represents the orca god and the god of the sea. The sculpture on the far left points west, symbolizing the bridge of friendship that connects the sister city Kushiro and Burnaby. So that's what these poles are about, you guys. Take a look. Very unique. The only place in Vancouver I've ever seen something like this.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So we see the owl and the bear. There's supposed to be a raccoon, but I don't see that now.
I see that there's one that's missing a face up beside the bear. That could be where the raccoon was.
That very well could be, Kaya.
Yeah.
But and the orca whales are the one for the oval with the piece of wood straight up and down.
All right, so let's show them up here. Kind of a tour of the poles. If you come to Burnaby Mountain, you're gonna see these. Does anybody have any questions for us?
Does anybody have any questions for us?
No. Maybe ask if anyone's been here before.
Has anybody ever been up to the top of Burnaby Mountain before?
Yes. Yes, Paul.
Great.
Yes, I have too.
Great. That's fantastic. So we're, like I say, we're giving you guys a little bit of a tour today. So.
All right, so we're gonna show you the map. This is called Velodrome Trail Route. So if you take a look, we're at the top of Burnaby Mountain. We're here right now. And then there's Pandora Trail that goes down like this. Velodrome Trail actually is a set of stairs that goes all the way down to Barnett Highway. So you would have a view of the ocean there, but we're just gonna go down Pandora's Trail and see what kind of plants and things that we can find there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is a really cool trail we're going to explore today with you. And hopefully this will inspire you to come and check it out yourself. So we chose to just go down this little path here. This is a bit of a shortcut down to Pandora Trail.
And there are 2 ways for you guys to come up here to Burnaby Mountain. One is by walking the trails that start on Hastings and come out through the woods.
That's true.
And the other way for you to come up is by the 95 R5 bus, and that will bring you up to the other side of Burnaby, and all you have to do is walk and come straight over to the park.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also for those who have cars, you can also drive up. There's a really nice parking lot here at Burnaby Mountain Park.
But don't forget, the park will or does shut down at 10 o'clock at night.
That's true. We're gonna start off here. We just walked underneath this tree, and I wanted to point out we've got these really nice green leaves. These leaves here are a sign that it's a deciduous tree. So the leaves fall off in the winter and grow back in the spring. You'll notice these little tiny cones. Do you guys see these little tiny cones? Yeah, so I can tell by the cones and then also by the shape of this leaf that this is actually a red alder. Yeah, so this is a red alder.
Wow.
We have a lot of these in our forest around here, so you might be able to recognize that in your neighborhood. The red alder was used as a medicine by the indigenous people as well. Kind of similar to an aspirin for pain relief.
Oh,
Such a beautiful day. We're so lucky, Paul.
we are. We're very, very fortunate. Our weather, you know, we've been very lucky. The weather has been holding for the last couple days, and hopefully, you know, we'll see a couple more nice days before we get any moisture or precipitation.
Yeah, I know that it was supposed to rain today, and I was
Yeah,
so happy to see that it turned into the forecast to just be cloudy,
Yeah.
which made it a lot
Yesterday
easier
it
for
did-
us.
Yesterday it did sprinkle a little bit yesterday,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's been quite nice.
Yeah. All right, we're coming up to another big tree, one that you guys might recognize. We talk about this one.
Oh,
Yeah, so is there anybody that has a guess that's been on this call before, might recognize this tree?
This tells me it's a redwood.
Yeah, well, it is a red tree. Kind of the bark is kind of red. If you peel it off, it's a little bit red underneath. But you can tell by the shape of the bark, it's these very long strips. And it's very smooth all the way up as you look.
Oh, isn't this the tree where they make their clothes or something?
Yeah, you're right. This one is, they call it the grandmother tree. So we're talking about the indigenous people that inhabited this land before the settlers came. So in this area right here, it was mostly the Coast Salish, the Tsleil-Waututh peoples actually lived in North Van and came to Burnaby here. The Stolo and the Algonquin, the Queequot. So mostly it was the Tsleil-Waututh. They lived in, they had different housing, but they came here in this forest here and Kate's Park and Belcarra Bay mostly. So this is, does anybody have a guess? What type of tree was really important to the indigenous culture here, you guys?
Canoes?
Yeah, they made canoes out of it. But the name of the tree is the red cedar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the western red cedar. So the cedar tree, like Paul was saying before, they actually harvested the bark here. They would cut off like a big strip here, and then they would pull it. And they'd get these very long strips, and then they would kind of hammer it down till it was very soft, and they could weave it into baskets. They could weave it into hats. They could weave it into clothing, and it was waterproof because the cedars are waterproof. So that's a really great thing that they did with this tree. It really helped them. They also made their houses out of cedar and their boxes. So to store food and to dry food, they used their cedar boxes. And the reason is cedar actually is very rot resistant. So if you guys at home ever